Rejoicing, of course, is the brainless Russian Orthodox Church, which has become part of Putin's repressive and military madness. Well, the priests are just wildly happy. Their darkest priestly dreams have come true. Now, the one holy and apostolic church can once again imprison, oppress, and crush for many centuries. Well, they really are used to it. Arvin, Arangel, calm down. For many centuries, the clergy denied themselves nothing. Let me remind you, they destroyed anyone who laughed at their nonsense. At one time, the Bolsheviks put them in their place and shoved them into mothballs under the baseboard for a long time. Oh, Putin. Putin gave the priests back all their rights to force people to faith, and they imposed it. All in all, that's wonderful. It's wonderful because through its union, its coitus with Russian fascism, the church has revealed everything about itself. It has told everything about itself and its teachings. And now the true value of all the talk about Christ and the saints is clear. But recently, the church's preachers have finally stopped being shy. Now the Russian Orthodox Church is following the Kremlin's orders, which really does need to secure itself a supply of cannon fodder for many years to come. And now the priests are promoting the following idea. Elderly Russians should get rid of their property and give their money to their children so that the children have the means and opportunity to raise children and not have abortions. According to the priests, such pensioners should sell their property and apartments and die. They've already lived their lives. Ha! The priests realize that Putin's death will deprive them of many privileges. Their fairy tale will be over, but the clergy can't stand life without sturgeon, caviar, and, pardon me, the ability to get away with abusing their little spiritual daughters and sons. And that's why, on their part, they come up with all sorts of interesting ways to prolong the regime's days. Russians are being gathered up in the dreams of the clergy for now, but these dreams have been voiced. And Gunia has already given the order to pray 7 times a day for President Putin, for him to continue the special military operation, for him to solve all the problems and deal with everything that distracts people from the holy war. Gunia reports that he prays for continued strikes on Kyiv and other cities of what he called satanic Ukraine. Why do I say that's a good thing? Because if anyone still had any illusions about Christianity, they have probably been completely dispelled by now. Well, we shouldn't forget that the church is not just a group of costume swindlers, but a corporation that mass produces so-called sacraments. After all, the church produces more than 800 tons every year of God's flesh. Moreover, it is the Russian Orthodox Church that is the most orthodox, truly, what you might call the guardian and executor of the absurd commandments of that biblical gospel God invented by the ancient Jews in the 1st century. But it would be unfair to call the Russian Orthodox Church anything else. You can't call it an apostate. It is what it is. It is truly the genuine guardian of that very ferocious form of Christianity, which is utterly corrupt. And this desire of the Russian Orthodox Church to build a planet of Orthodox apes is exactly in line with that. In other words, we see the astonishing ease with which a church that is Christian in every respect so quickly and firmly merged. With a bloody dictatorship, this more than 1,000 words characterizes Christianity as such. But after all, Russia is not just the Russian Orthodox Church. In general, it can no longer be regarded, let's say, as something adequate. Now, it is a territory beyond good and evil. It is a land of malice, madness, and absurdity. And everyone inside it, judging by all the signs, has completely lost their sense of reality. That's understandable. After almost 4 years, it would be hard not to lose it, especially since all these people were slowly, over a long time, boiled in the vomit of Russian fascism to destroy any sense of reality. And it seems they succeeded. Now, by the way, in Russia, attempts to celebrate Halloween will be considered terrorism, Satanism, and extremism. Yes, that's right. And all Halloween attributes, starting with pumpkins, will be equated with symbols of terrorism and extremism. The deputies are convinced that pumpkins and costumes undermine traditional values, destroy children's psyches, and that the holiday will be banned for the sake of cultural sovereignty and national security.